are live. Welcome back to another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. It is Saturday, September the 25th. That means it's college football Saturday here. And I probably got way too much action for today. But, that's just the usual way it goes on Saturdays. And we do have a baseball slate we're going to be going over after some college football games. We do have 5 games selected to go over for college football because obviously we're not going over 58 games in one show. We'd be doing that till midnight tonight. So we have 5 games selected. If you guys want to hear opinions on other games, let me know, and we'll go over those games if you leave them in the live chat. But before we get into today's games, we're going to go look over what happened yesterday, what went right and what went wrong. In college football, a lot went wrong. In baseball, a lot more went right for me. We'll start with college football. Liberty. They didn't really show up. It was a very frustrating game there. They tied it up at the end, and then they gave up a game-winning field goal against Syracuse. Syracuse pulls off the straight-up upset, 24-21. We had MTSU. When I bet them, I could have gotten them for plus 2.5. That still would have been a loser. I took them on the money line straight up, 42-39. That was a competitive game. That was a close game, and at that point, a game that close, I'm fine taking the plus money. It is what it is. We'll move on from that one. One game that did surprise me, I didn't bet it last night, but Fresno, 30-point favorites, and you only win by 8. Interesting. But we didn't bet that game, so there's no point going over that one. And looking at baseball last night, it worked out pretty well for me. I went 7-2 and avoid. I had T. Wells. It was Alexander Wells for that Texas game. So that game was a void, which was great because it was, I think, 4-2 in the second inning. I got losses from Detroit first 5, which is our best bet, I believe, right?
Detroit money line was, yeah.
Yeah, and then also a loss from the Giants first 5 run line, which they were tied at the end of 5 innings, and they end up winning the game pretty handily. So I did cash the full game for them. But looking at my winners from last night, Washington, they came through for me. A nice little win with Washington plus 155 in the first 5 innings. San Francisco full game, as I mentioned. Seattle first 5 run line. They take care of business there. Catch the plus 120 ticket. And then the Dodgers. Yeah, just had to go with the Dodgers there. First 5 and full game run lines. They cashed both of those. I'm happy. And we move on from that. So overall, a good day in baseball. Not a great day in college football. Overall, I think I did make a little money, though. So can't complain. Did lose our CFL play with 2 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Yeah, that was the first time I was ever sweating a CFL game. But yeah, that was my night. What about you, Tim?
Yeah, I want to put yesterday behind me. It was not a pretty day. I had Boston, got demolished. I did have the Chicago White Sox, who won 1-0. Fantastic. Our best bet was the Detroit Tigers, which was a loser. I had the Mariners, who won. I did have Houston, but Zach Greinke didn't start. So my ticket voided out, which is nice because they got demolished 14-2. Did not expect that one.
I did.
How could you expect that one when Oakland have lost 5 straight games? I don't want to hear it.
It was a trap line. That's all I was saying.
Stop. But with that, and then college football. Went 1-2 on college football last night for me. Missed on the MTSU, missed on Liberty, but I did hit on the under in that Liberty game. So ultimately, it was not a pretty night for me. And I wanted to just be able to move on to today.
Sounds good. Well, then we can move on to today. As I'm trying to type up my plays for baseball here in the
Here, I'll go through the chat real quick.
Yes.
Wilhelmina's in the chat. Glad I went under in Wake Forest. Nice. Good there. Normally don't bet double headers. I did. but I did both games, and Cardinals did their job. They're 14 in a row. I wouldn't be surprised if they made it 15 in a row today. Red Sox. Yesterday was ugly. Me too on the Red Sox. Cost me dearly. Yeah, lost because of them damn jerseys. Those jerseys are so the highlighter yellow ones. I don't care what people say. Those are ugly. You could be the biggest Boston Red Sox fan in the world. Those jerseys are ugly. But while Nick types it up, we did pick out 5 college football games. I love St. Louis. Yo. We did pick out 5 college football games. If you guys have any other ones, leave them in the comments. The games that we're going to be going over: Iowa State and Baylor, Louisville and Florida State, Georgia and Auburn. Georgia State and Auburn, Colorado and Arizona State, and then Kentucky and South Carolina. Those are going to be the 5 games we go over. I'm sick of baseball. I didn't even bet it today. I think I have like 4 baseball bets today, so nothing crazy. We don't even have a best bet for baseball today.
Yeah, today's focused on college football.
What's up, JR? Yeah, we have 15 college games up on picks and parlays, so we'll go ahead, start off college football, then work our way to MLB and get through the slate. So, Nick, I'll let you go ahead and start it out.
Yeah, which four of the 15 college football plays we have put up are going to be gone over here, just giving that little FYI. But we're starting it off here, Baylor at Iowa State at Baylor here. Baylor or Iowa State, wow, is a -7 in this game, plus 220 run back here on the Baylor Bears. Total of 46.5. And I've gone over this game a few times. I did a free pick video for it last night. I gave this play out on Pick the Lock last night on Picks and Parleys. It's a fun show that we do. And looking at this game, we have Iowa State, who's 2-1 heading into today's game. They beat Northern Iowa in week number 1, a struggle win at 16-10 in week number 1. They got beat pretty bad considering everything, 27-17 against Iowa. And then, they took care of UNLV 48-3. And this spot here, I really like Baylor. Baylor coming in, yes, they haven't played the highest of competition either. I know. They played Texas State week 1, they played Texas Southern week 2, and they played Kansas week 3. Not the greatest of competition, but this line is way, way too wide. I have this game priced at Iowa State -1. So I am all over Baylor in this spot here. I like Baylor +7. That's where I got them at. I have a half unit on them on the money line at +220. I think this is a upset alert here in Texas for Baylor here against Iowa State. Give me the Bears here +7 and a sprinkle on that good old money line for Baylor today in this game.
There you go. It says she's like an Iowa first half.
Oh, that's the Hawkeyes. That's not the you threw me off there. I'm like Iowa Hawkeyes. Yeah,
sounds good. That's the first one. I'll go over this game because we're one of us will talk about one game, one of us will talk about the other game because we have the same information that we go off of. So we're not going to be giving you guys 2 explanations on the same pick, but the game I'll go over Louisville and Florida State. Louisville is a 1-point favorite in this game. Total of 61 in this game, and we just straight out went Louisville. Looking at these 2 teams, Louisville 2-1 this year. They've actually played quite solid. Their only loss was to Ole Miss, and that was a. Oh wait, no, they didn't lose to Ole Miss. Never mind. Yeah, they lost to Ole Miss. That's right. We had the over in that game, and it didn't hit. That was their only loss, which is not a bad loss. I'm not going to take that away from them. They did beat Eastern Kentucky 30-3 and UCF 42-35. That was the game that we did not have them, and they won. That was it. Yeah. I don't mind. I don't mind Louisville. I think they're going to be in a solid spot today. On the other side, you get Florida State, who has looked awful. They did have a close game week 1 against Notre Dame where they went to overtime. Fine, we'll give them that one. They lost 20-17 to Jacksonville State
as 28-point favorites.
Yeah, that one's not forgivable. And then they lost badly by 21 to Wake Forest last week. I just think this Florida team state is not particularly good. So we're going to take Louisville, the team who has actually won a game this year, at essentially a pick-em price. I don't care that it's in Florida State. Louisville, money line on this game.
Yeah, plus my power ranking for this one is Louisville -6.
Yeah.
So you're getting a bargain here with the Cardinals in this game.
Sounds good. We'll go ahead and move on to this game that you love.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be, you're going to have to play some games with some wide spreads, and this is one of them that I actually like. We have the Auburn Tigers hosting the Georgia State Panthers for this matchup here. And I'm trying to find the game here on the ESPN app so I can break down what these teams look like. I believe this is a later game. There it is. Number 23, Auburn, is 2-1 heading into this game. They lost last week to Penn State. Big deal. Penn State's going to be a good team this year. They beat Alabama State and Akron the first 2 weeks, 62-0 and 62-10. Like, they had easy competition. Now they play Georgia State, which Georgia State's coming off of a win versus Charlotte and an embarrassing loss against North Carolina, 59-17, and they lost to Army 43-10. And this is a Georgia State team that I don't have much confidence in. There should be an absolute blowout for this one. I like Auburn to cover the 27.5-point spread. I think they win by 4 or 5 touchdowns in this game. This game has 52-7 written all over it or something along those lines. And this is definitely a nice little bounce back spot. Huge drop in competition for Auburn going from Penn State to Georgia State. So this is definitely a spot where I expect Auburn to bounce back, and I expect Auburn to take care of business in this game. Minus 27.5. I have this game priced at 32.5, so I'm seeing 5 points of value here on the Tigers of Auburn.
Sounds good for that game. We'll go ahead and keep on keeping on. We get Colorado. Oh, sorry.
What's good? What's up, Twins? Let's get it. Hit the like button, people. Listen to Marcus.
Do it. Nick, what time is this Colorado?
That's a 10 o'clock game.
Heard. Sorry, I'm just trying to find it.
Game.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find it on the thing. There it is.
10:30.
Next game up, we get Colorado taking on ASU. Arizona State is a minus 14 favorite in this game. Total of 45 in this one. And we're going Colorado to cover the 14-point spread. I think it's just a little bit too much in this game. You get Colorado. Yes, they are 1-2 this year, but they've had some tougher games. They did win 35-0, and that was against Northern Colorado. So that was their only win. They lost 10-7 against a good Texas A&M team. I'll count that one as a good loss. And then they got shut out last week against Minnesota 30-0. Nothing you could do there. They just got handed to them. On the other side, you get Arizona State, who couldn't cover against Southern Utah. I remember betting that one.
Yeah.
Then you get ASU, who also couldn't cover against UNLV, and then lost straight up to BYU. So Arizona State is 0-3 against the spread this year. Make it 0-4 today. We think Colorado keeps it close and is able to cover a 14-point spread against Arizona State today.
Our official power ranking for this game would be Arizona State -8.
There you go. Colorado, Arizona State over. I'd be careful with that one, but we'll see. If we're leading an underdog, it's most likely because we think it's going to be a lower scoring game. So, Giants killed me at the half yesterday. I need to get some back. Yep. What's up, Twins? What my top plays for today all locked in. Wisconsin -6.
I like it.
Sure. Georgia Vandy under.
I can see that. I see a 45-0 type of game coming in for that one.
And then Cal +7.5. I'm trying. There's a lot of college games.
They're playing Washington. I don't know. I have that game priced as Washington -8.5, so it'd be a lean towards the Huskies in that game, but I didn't bet it.
Sounds good. And then we'll go ahead and bring up the last game that we'll discuss in full detail. If anybody has any college games they want discussed, leave them in the comment section, and we'll go over them as we're going over the MLB slate as well.
Yeah. For this game, we have the Kentucky Wildcats heading to South Carolina to take on the Gamecocks in this matchup. Kentucky coming into this game 3-0. 28-23 win last week against Chattanooga, where they played a little bit close of a game considering that they were 33-point favorites and they didn't even put up 33 points. They went down to the wire here 35-28 against Mizzou. They did cover the spread there, and then 45-10 against UL Monroe. UL Monroe is not a good team. On the other side, South Carolina, they took care of business against Eastern Illinois in week number 1, 46-0. And then week 2, they went to Greenville and won by a last-second field goal against the East Carolina Pirates. And then they were able to cover the spread last week against South Carolina. We were on Georgia in that game, minus the 31. They covered it. They lost 40 to
backdoor covered it.
They backdoor covered it. They lost 40-13. And this is a spot where I think the wrong team is favored. And I think this, if I had a best bet, my favorite play of the day, it's South Carolina. I had this game priced South Carolina minus 3.5. I'm seeing 8.5 points here of value on the Gamecocks. I don't understand why Kentucky is this big of a favorite. So that's where I'm going with this one here. I like South Carolina. I got them +5, and I got a half unit on them +165. I think they pull off the upset here against Kentucky today. I have a lot of college games that I like the dogs that I have straight up. So this is another one of those games. South Carolina +165, +5, whatever one you like better against Kentucky in this game.
There we go. That's all the college football games that we have prepared. We'll be jumping into baseball in just a minute. Go through the chat. Good morning, everybody. Glad to be able to make a live show. Hit that like button. Let's get it AM. Beautiful. It's a beautiful weather day here in Chicago. Nice. LMFAO. I was like, these guys look alike. I thought it was a Twins reference. Was baseball related. Nope. Supness. Kentucky run game strong.
Okay. I just feel like this line's incorrect. That's all I was saying.
That's fine. We'll go ahead and jump into some baseball. Power through the baseball slate. Once again, if you guys have any games you want us to talk about, leave them in the comments, and we'll go ahead and do that. Nick, I'll let you go ahead and start off with the first game.
Oh, yeah. We're starting it off here in Chicago, 2:20 game. The Cardinals are at the Cubs in this one. Cardinals -145, around +135 run back here for the Cubbies. Total of 10.5 in this game. High total, but good reason behind a high total here. John Lester is taking on Adrian Sampson in this matchup. Are you looking at anything in this game?
I would normally say yes. I'm interested in St. Louis after they've won 14 straight games. I think I'm done betting St. Louis for right now, just because their lines are just really wide at the moment. Maybe when they get back to Milwaukee and they're back to being big dogs again, fine. I'll go ahead and bet them. But when they're against Chicago and they're -150, I'm not really too interested. And the line has dropped a little bit since then, so I don't know if I could really trust that. If anything, maybe even a lean towards the over. St. Louis, 7 out of their last 10. 9 out of the last 10 for Chicago have gone over. And, I mean, the only thing that kept me off of it, a 10.5 total. I'm guessing the wind is blowing out in Chicago today. That's why it's a 10.5. But I'm not interested in this game. Normally, I'd be all over the Cardinals. But at this point, I think the line is just where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I love this matchup here for St. Louis here. John Lester, 7-6, a 4.59 ERA, a 1.47 WHIP, 131 in the third innings pitched, 81 strikeouts, 48 walks. On the other side, Adrian Sampson is 1-2 with a 2.84 ERA, a 1.18 WHIP, and 25 in the third innings pitched. He does have 17 strikeouts and 6 walks. And looking at this matchup here, we're getting a St. Louis team where, yes, we all know St. Louis is absolutely on fire. They've won 14 straight games. They just swept a doubleheader yesterday. The thing is, with this Cardinals team, They are hitting. They've gone over in 7 of their last 10 games. And on the other side, Chicago has lost 8 of their last 10 games. They've lost 4 in a row. They've gone over in 8 straight games and 9 of their last 10. I like the over in this game. More specifically, I like the team total for St. Louis in this game against Samson. I think they should absolutely put up some runs in this game. This is definitely a spot where it's a St. Louis spot for me. Once again, Cardinals team total over 5.5 at -115. I'm usually not someone who likes going up at 5.5, but the way that this Cardinals team is hitting and the weather conditions in Wrigley Field for this game, this is definitely a good spot for a St. Louis team total over. And by the way, if you want to bet the St. Louis Cardinals to win the World Series, 18-1. I remember at one point before I bet it was at 66-1. So just an interesting little tidbit there. Nice little line movement. But yeah, I like the Cardinals here. Team total over 5.5. And also they have a lucky number of 4 to clinch the wild card spot over Philadelphia.
Wow, that's quick. Well,
This happens when you win 14 straight games.
True. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. B7 shots down. I'm not B7. All right, Lex is already starting to drink. St. Louis over. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I don't mind it. No run first inning Cub game. I don't know about that one. Leicester back in Chicago. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Revenge game. No, okay. Hello, St. Louis, Chicago battle of the Twins. I don't get it. Yes, it is windy. Leicester sucks. He has a couple of decent games, but he still sucks.
See, the only thing I've seen John Lester do since joining St. Louis is cash me first 5 tickets at plus money.
Facts. Bottomless mimosa type of day.
Oh, boy.
Cardinals team total over. Yes. Good morning, awesome people. Good morning, Rat. I only say Rat because she has a profile picture of the rat. Am says first 5 team total over 2.5.
I wish awesome. We had first 5 team totals on our book. We don't have that yet. I know DraftKings has it, but we don't have any of those books yet.
Yeah. Top of the day, fellas. Top of the day. We'll go ahead and move on. We go from one fantastic matchup to this abomination.
Yeah, we had the Pittsburgh Pirates at the Philadelphia Phillies in this one. Will Crow and Ranger Suarez, your pitching matchup in this game. -260 for the Phillies, a +230 run back here for these Pirates. Total of 8.5 in this game. Will Crow, so far this season, 4-7, a 5.77 ERA, 1.58 WHIP, in 106 innings pitched, 100 strikeouts and 51 walks. On the other side, Ranger Suarez 6-5, a 1.60 ERA, a 1.06 WHIP, 90 innings pitched on 91 strikeouts and 32 walks. And looking at this game here, Ranger Suarez has actually been pretty good for the Phillies this year. He's been a little bit of a sneaky pitcher. Granted, I don't think that it's going to make much of a difference. The Phillies aren't going to be making the playoffs, but still, unless they catch the Braves, I like Ranger Suarez as a pitcher overall in here. You can get him first 5 on the run line for -165. That's a little bit juicy, but if you have to go to a spot in this game, I think the Phillies are definitely the side to be on. They've won 8 of their last 10 games. They've won 4 in a row. And they're facing a Pirates team that's 23-55 on the road. They've lost 2 games straight. And this is a Pirates team that's down and out and already at 57-96. They're going to be losing 100 games this season. And I want nothing to do with this Pirates team. They're not a team where they're being scrappy or anything like that. This is a Pirates team that I'm looking to fade the rest of the season. And it would be a lean towards the Phillies' first 5 run line at -165 for me.
Sounds good. Yeah. Looking at these two, looking at Philadelphia real quick. Yeah, they're a game and a half back for the division, and they get to play Atlanta on the 28th, 29th, and 30th of this month. So they still got time to catch the Braves, which means they're going to be trying to win every single game that they're going after. Well, I mean, they have to, and these are one of the games that you're home against Pittsburgh. They should be absolutely smacking. Ranger Suarez has been fantastic for him this year. 6-5 with a 1.6 ERA through 90 innings pitched. He has been nothing short of fantastic for him. I think you get another solid game out of him, and hopefully the bullpen can hold up enough for him. I say Philadelphia should be able to win this game. Obviously, they're a minus 250 on the run line. They are minus 126, so nothing I'd be interested in betting for this game. But it would definitely have to be Phillies or nothing.
Yeah, I totally agree with that one. Moving on.
If the price is decent, you have to go with the Cards just because.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. We'll go to this game.
Yeah, the Astros are at the Athletics in this matchup here. Minus 115 for the Astros, plus 105 for the Athletics. Total of 8 in this game. Framer Valdez, Sean Manaea, your pitching matchup in this game. Are you looking at getting involved in this one?
No, I did not bet this game. I'm just pulling up the elimination numbers real quick just to get an idea. Houston's lucky number, I should say, is at a 7. Houston's lucky number is at a 7. No, it is a
for the division. 3.
Division is for 3. Oakland's already out for the division. Seattle's 3 games.
Oakland's elimination number, unless I'm missing something, is 1 for the division.
For the division?
For the division.
It says 0 here.
On MLB.com, it says 1.
Okay, then I guess it's off a little bit. I don't know. So I know I passed on this game. I was on Houston last night. Luckily, Zach Greinke didn't start. It was Lilac or whatever his name was, and my ticket voided because, damn, Oakland put a beating on them because they just really – I guess Oakland was just frustrated last night. They put up a crazy amount.
Because last night's game was it's a try.
Funny. They put up 11 runs in the 7th and 8th inning combined. They just beat them up. If anything, it's probably going back to Houston in this game. Houston's still trying to clinch the division. Lucky number of 3. See if they can get it done. I think Houston gets it done soon, but it's Houston or nothing in this game. But I chose to pass.
Yeah, looking at this matchup, Framer Valdez 11-5, a 3.07 ERA, a 1.27 WHIP, and 123 innings pitched, 115 strikeouts, and 53 walks. On the other side, Sean Manaea, 10-10 this season, a 4.05 ERA, a 1.25 WHIP, 166 2/3 innings pitched, 180 strikeouts, and 39 walks. And looking at this matchup here, you get a Houston team that is coming in winning 7 of their last 10, but they've lost back-to-back games. And they're facing an Athletics team that's won 6 of their last 10. And with a Houston win today, they will clinch a spot in the playoffs. Their lucky number for a wild card spot, at the very minimum, is 1, I believe. So this will be a spot where if Oakland or if Houston wins, they clinch a spot in the playoffs. So this is a big game for Houston still. I believe they can ensure a playoff spot with a win here. So it's still a big game for them. I personally stayed off this game. It would be a lean towards Oakland or a lean towards Houston in this spot. I personally did not get to it. I personally did not get to much on this slate, and this was just not one of those games I got to.
Yeah, I got to all of 1, 2, 3, 4. I got to 5 plays today, but no, this is just not one of the games I got to. I got to this one, though.
Yeah, we have the New York Yankees at the Boston Red Sox in this one. Nick Pivetta and Nestor Cortez, your pitching matchup for this one. Total of 10 in this game. Cortez 2-2 this season, a 2.79 ERA, a 1.08 WHIP, and 84 innings pitched, 94 strikeouts, and 25 walks. On the other side, Nick Pivetta is 9-7 with a 4.63 ERA, a 1.43 WHIP, a 3.4 WHIP. 144 innings pitched, 159 strikeouts, and 63 walks. Nick Pivetta has looked actually not half bad this year. He's done enough to keep his team in games. Both these teams coming in winning 7 of their last 10 games. The Yankees coming in on a 4-game win streak. And these 2 teams are separated by 1 game in the wild card. This is a very important series, as we mentioned yesterday, and I think it's going to continue to be a hard-fought series. Yesterday, Yankees just jumped on early, and then they didn't let up. And I have a feeling that this would be a Yankees spot for me as well. I lean towards New York here, first 5 innings. You're getting plus money on them full game. You're getting minus 102 on them first 5. I think this is a spot where potentially the Yankees take game 2, tie it up for the wild card, and it comes down to game number 3 tomorrow for the top wild card spot. Leaning towards the Yankees, did not get involved in this game.
I will say I'm on the other side. I went Boston. I just think that we get a pitching advantage with Pivetta. He's just been solid all year. And once again, it's still home field for Boston. This Boston team, I know they just lost last night, but before that, they had a 7-game win streak, and they've won 7 out of their last 10. This Boston team is still hot right now. And even though they got blown out yesterday, 8-3, I still think they come back and win today. This is an important game. Treat each game individually. And Boston knows if they can win this series, they pretty much lock up that playoff spot. Looking real quick. I had it up. Elimination number for Boston would be, or a lucky number would be 6 for Boston, considering, or it would be 5 for Boston, considering that it's 7 for Seattle going trying to get to Yankee, and they're actually it would be a lot less. I don't know the number. I think it's 3 because Seattle is 2 games back of Boston. Whatever it is, Boston knows if they come in and win this series in general, that they pretty much got that playoff spot clinched. So going with it, I'm going Boston. I think Nick Pivetta has a good game. Boston tags back. Boston minus. It's actually at a pick 'em price, minus 111. I'll take Boston all day.
Sounds good. We'll move on then, where we have the Kansas City Royals at the Detroit Tigers in this one round. Minus 130 for the Tigers, plus 120 run back here on the Royals in this game, a total of 8.5. We're getting John Hazley taking on Tariq Skubal in this matchup. Are you looking at getting involved in this one?
No, I am not. Once again, we're going back to passing for a minute. It's not a game that I was too interested in. Maybe a lean towards the under 8.5. Kansas City 3-5-1 over/under record. Detroit 2-8-0 over/under record. So maybe a lean there. At this point, I'm pretty sure this series, this game is getting close to a type game. But I'm passing on this game. I'm not really too interested in it. Skubal, he's been pitching fine, but nothing crazy. And John Hensley, we don't really have much on him, but we'll see.
Yeah, Hazley is 0-1 with a 9 ERA of 1.50 whip. Granted, only 4 innings pitched, so don't look too hard into that. 2 strikeouts, no walks in that one start. On the other side, Tariq Skubal is 8-12 this year. 4.25 ERA, a 1.27 whip, and 142 innings pitched. He has 162 strikeouts and 46 walks. Tariq Skubal started the year off terrible, and he recovered pretty well. He's actually had a halfway decent season, considering I believe he started 1-7 this season,
something like that.
And looking at this game, I do have a play on it. Both these teams have been trending heavily towards the under as of late. St. Louis or Kansas City has posted a 3-6-1 over/under record in their last 10 games, under in 3 in a row. Tigers have gone under in 8 of their last 10 and 5 in a row. I'm going first 5 under 4.5 in this game. I think we're going to see a lower scoring game once again between these two teams. And 4.5 at minus 105. I think that's a nice little price there. So that's where I'm going for this game. Royals, Tigers, first 5 under 4.5 here.
I like it. We'll go ahead and move on to this beauty.
Yes, we have the Tampa Bay Rays are hosting the Miami Marlins, minus 205 for the Marlins, plus 185 for the minus 205 for the Rays, plus 185 for the Marlins. Total of 7 in this game. Sandy Alcantara and Shane McClanahan, your pitching matchup for this game. Alcantara is 9-13 this season with a 3.05 ERA, a 1.06 whip, 194 2/3 innings pitched, 189 strikeouts, and 49 walks. On the other side, McClanahan's 9-6, a 3.51 ERA, a 1.27 whip. and 115 in the third innings pitch. He has 137 strikeouts and 36 walks. I like the Rays in this matchup here. I think they're being underpriced here, even at 205. In the first 5 innings, they're a minus 175. You can get them first 5 run line at minus 118. And that's where I'm going in this game. I got it at minus 115. It's minus 118. I still don't mind it there. Tampa Bay, first 5 run line at minus half a run. I do like McClanahan in this matchup. And plus, we're getting a Miami team that's been struggling. They've lost 6 of their last 10 games. They've lost 3 in a row. And I believe Alcantara is one of the lowest supported pitchers in baseball. So I like the Rays here. I expect them to get a couple runs off of Alcantara in this game, and I like McClanahan to hold it down.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a little bit of a different approach for this one. I'm going under. I don't think you're gonna see many runs from Miami today. With Shane McClanahan, who has pitched really good for him. Looking at his stats, past couple games, 1 run in 5 innings, no run in 5 innings, 4 run in 5 innings. That one against Boston, 2 runs in 6 innings, 1 run in 5 innings. You're getting consistent, solid pitching from Shane McClanahan, and going up against a bad team in Miami that has not been able to hit all that well, has one of the worst offenses in the league. I think you're getting a low-scoring side from Miami. And then I think Sandy Alcantara can at least slow down Tampa Bay just a little bit to the point where I don't think this game goes over the 7. I know it's a low total. A lot of people might think that it's a really low total. It's not. I'm going under in this game. I'm expecting this one to maybe be a 3-0 type game. So under 7 in the Tampa Bay and Miami game.
Sounds good. And kind of looking at this rotation for the Rays right now, is this time we call McClanahan the ace of the staff at the moment with Glass now out? Because I'm seeing the rotation here is McClanahan, Rasmussen, Yarborough, Patino, and Waka.
Yeah, it's not a pretty rotation, but they get the job done.
Yeah.
But Royals, Tigers, Nerfy.
Yes, I like that.
Sure. Marlins, Rays, Nerfy.
Yes, I like that.
Sounds good. I don't mind either of them. That works. Pass. Okay, next. Oh, okay, we have to go over this one.
Yeah, I think we do, Tim. We have the World Series matchup here between the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles in this one. Can we just roll the scroller? There we go. There it is. Minus 108 for the minus 108 for the Orioles. Minus 102 for the Rangers. Total of 9 in this game. Jordan Lyles, Chris Ellis, your pitching matchup in this one. And I know you are dying to get your hands on this game.
I put the scroll up for a reason, and I extended a little bit. 1-800-SUPER-GAMBLER. No, this is not a pretty game. That's it. Do I have to talk about this? No, come on. This one's ugly. You get the Rangers who have lost 98 games. You get the Orioles who have lost 105. Do we really have to discuss this one? There's plenty. Bet some college football games. I'm pretty sure there's spreads that are in the 50s that you could bet before I would want to bet this game. So, no, I'm kidding. I'm passing on this game, obviously. No need to be betting Texas and Baltimore today. Maybe a Nerfy because his offenses suck, but no, I'm not interested. Nerfy. No.
Yeah, looking at this matchup here, we have Jordan Lyles, 9-12, a 5.36 ERA, a 1.44 WHIP. Does have 166 innings on the third innings pitch this year, 134 strikeouts, 54 walks. Chris Ellis has actually not been that bad since joining the rotation. 1-0, a 2.39 ERA, a 1.22 WHIP, and 126 in the third innings pitch, 21 strikeouts, and 13 walks. If I had to get to this game, it's Baltimore or nothing for me here. They're at home. Texas is 23-56 on the road. And honestly, this is definitely not a game I'm looking to bet whatsoever. If you are betting this game, you may need some help. But other than that, I have no interest in betting this game. These are two teams that are going to lose 100-plus games this year. And it's crazy. I don't know if we've seen a season where we're going to have as many 100-game losers as we've had this season. Baltimore's already lost 105. Texas is on pace to lose 100. Pittsburgh's on pace to lose 100, and Arizona's already at 105. We might have 4 teams in triple digits for losses this season. I think that's absolutely insane. So this is a spot, if you have to get to the game, Baltimore first 5, but absolutely do not put your hard-earned money on this game.
Yep, I think we spent too much time on this game.
Yeah, we have.
We're going to go click this back in, and we'll go to this game. Yay!
Yeah, we have the Washington Nationals at the Cincinnati Reds in this game. Minus 130 for the Reds, plus 120 for the Indians. Total 9.5 in this game. Eric Fetty, Vladimir Gutierrez, your pitching.
I'm sorry, Indians? What?
I said Cleveland or Cincinnati.
You said okay. Washington and Cleveland and Cincinnati. There you go.
Yeah, I thought I corrected myself.
No.
Eric Fetty, 7-9, 5.10 ERA, 1.39 WHIP, and 127 innings pitched, 125 strikeouts, and 44 walks. On the other side, Vladimir Gutierrez is 9-6, a 4.53 ERA, a 1.37 WHIP, and 111 1/3 innings pitched, 85 strikeouts, 42 walks. And looking at this matchup here, it would be a lean towards Washington. I did cash a nice plus 155 ticket on them yesterday. I just don't think this price is big enough for me to want to bet it. Plus 120, plus 121 is where they are right now. I would want around plus 135, plus 140 to touch the Nationals in this game. So personally, I'm staying off. Eric Fetty is not particularly a pitcher I want to back at a plus 120 price. And yeah, this is a spot where this is a stay off spot for me.
Yeah, I will say I got the Nationals last night at plus 130. Fetty has pitched really well against Cincinnati in his career. I think he has a little bit over a 1 ERA against Cincinnati. And this Reds team, I know they won last night. It took extra innings for them to win, and it has not been pretty for them the last couple of days. I believe they are pretty close to eliminated in the wild card. Let me pull that up. Their elimination number is 3 in the wild card.
Padres are 2.
Padres are close to getting eliminated. Yeah, nice. But this Reds team is done. They're calling it quits, and I think you get a solid game out of Washington today. I think Fetty has a good game, so I personally got him at a plus 130 last night. I would still grab him now. Washington money line plus 120, 130, whatever you can get it at.
Sounds good. Moving on, the New York Mets are out the Milwaukee Brewers in this matchup here. The Brewers around a minus 195. It's around a plus 180 run back here with the New York Mets. Total of 7.5 in this game. Rich Hill, Corbin Burns, your pitching matchup. What are you looking at for this one?
No, this is once again. I'm not going to call it a 1-800-GAMBLER game because Milwaukee's good this year, but Milwaukee has been struggling badly. They won last night. They took care of business last night. I believe the Mets. Let's see. They are eliminated for the wild card, and are they officially eliminated yet? Their elimination number is 2, so they can get eliminated tonight. For the division, this team is done. If anything, it's a lean towards Milwaukee. Corbin Burns has been nothing short of solid this year. Amazing. I just can't go ahead and bet it. Let's see. It's a minus 190. Oh, it is. It is a plus 105 for that run line. I just don't think there's enough scoring in this game. Maybe lean towards the under as well, but I personally just passed on this game.
Yeah, it's all about the Mets, the New York Mets. Look, I'm just kidding. Looking at this game, Rich Hill is 0-3 since joining the New York Mets with a 3.88 ERA, a 1.24 WHIP, 53 1/3 innings pitched, 47 strikeouts, and 12 walks. On the other side, potential Cy Young candidate here. Or not potential, a Cy Young candidate in this one, with him being a plus 140 to potentially win a Cy Young. So you know he's going to show up in this game. Corbin Burns, 10-4, a 2.34 ERA, 0.94 WHIP, and 158 1/3 innings pitched, 221 strikeouts, and 32 walks. And I can guarantee one thing about Corbin Burns is next season, before the season, you're not going to get 40-1 for him to win Cy Young at all. Looking at this matchup here, this is 100% a Brewers or nothing spot for me here. The Mets mailed it in. They're done. The Brewers are looking to try to get some wins to get into to have some type of positive momentum here. And I am so low on the Mets today that they have hung a 2.5 for the Mets team total, and I want absolutely nothing to do with it. Nothing at all. This Mets team has been an absolute pathetic joke this year. A team that was projected for 95 wins is not even going to finish above 500. That should tell you everything you need to know about this New York Mets team this year. Brewers are nothing in this spot. I want absolutely nothing to do with this game.
I like it. We'll go ahead and move on. We get 6 games left. We'll go to this game.
Yeah, we have the Toronto Blue Jays at the Minnesota Twins in this one. Blue Jays minus 180, plus 165 run back here with the Twins. John Gant, Robbie Ray, your pitching matchup in this game. Total of 8.5. Robbie Ray, 12-6, a 2.72 ERA, a 1.03 whip, 182 innings pitched, 238 strikeouts, and 45 walks. John Gant this season is where's his stats? Because it's showing only 1 and 3. There we go. 5-9 with a 3.76 ERA. He has 88 strikeouts and 67 walks and 103 innings pitched. We all know John Gant's problem this season. He walks too many batters. But looking at this game here, we're getting a Minnesota team at plus 165 full game, plus 162 in the first 5 innings against Toronto team that has lost 3 games in a row, 6 of their last 10. And we're getting a Minnesota Twins team actually playing halfway decent baseball, winning 4 straight games. Granted, they're facing the Cy Young leader in Robbie Ray in this game. And let's all be honest, we got this AL Cy Young wrong. Whether you said it would be Garrett Cole or Shane Bieber or any of those preseason ones, none of us had Robbie Ray on our radar. Put your hand down. Yeah, no. Nobody had Robbie Ray. If anything, if we're looking at Toronto in the beginning of the season, we're looking at Hyun-Jin Ryu. We weren't even looking at him as a top pitcher of his team. For me, this is 100% a dog or pass spot for me here. The way Minnesota's been playing, I would look at them plus 160, plus 165 in the first 5 innings. Keep an eye on the community tab. I may be adding that on as a play later, depending on how college football is started and how baseball starts for today. I do like the Twins in this matchup. John Gant does worry me a little bit, though. And if you're going to be betting the Twins, you don't have to list Robbie Ray, because if he is scratched from the start for whatever reason, I don't think he will be. But if hypothetically speaking he is, you'd get a nice price without having to face Robbie Ray. So for me, dog or pass in this game. I'm going to pass for right now, but keep an eye on our community tab. I may have a play on this later.
Sounds good. Yeah, I didn't get to this one either. This Toronto team, they were looking good. And then they've now lost one straight. I don't know who that. Okay, got a random phone call. Sorry, they've lost now 3 straight games. And 4 out of their last 5 is just not a spot I'm interested in going after. Just passing on this game. There's better spots on today's slate. If you want to do it on the run line, and their run line is 19, so I'm not really sure if I'd be interested in going there. It'd be Twins or nothing in this game. I don't really trust the Jays right now until they start winning again. So pass on this game, lean towards the Twins.
All right. 5 more games to go in baseball. And if any of you guys, by the way, have any games you want us to go over for college football that we haven't already, let us know in the live chat, and we will get to those games. We'll try to get to every game that you guys ask for college football in the live chat after we're done with the baseball slate. So we'll probably, if there's plenty of games in the live chat, we'll probably stay on for an extra 10-15 minutes breaking down those games. So if you guys want to hear more college football than the 5 games we went over, let us know in the live chat. But the Atlanta Braves are at the San Diego Padres in this one. Huascar Ynoa and Vince Velasquez, your pitching matchup for this one. You can get the Braves for a -110 for this game, or on even money for the San Diego Padres. Padres with their backs up against the wall. Your elimination number for the wild card is 2. Are you looking at this one, Tim?
No. If anything, I'd be leaning towards Atlanta, just to, I guess, keep going and keep moving on. I don't know if you could ever trust Vince Velasquez in a game. I even bet Scott Kazmir against him the other day. It's just, I'm not interested in going after him. There's no reason for me to go after him. He has not been good this year. 3-8 this year with a 6.23 ERA. The fact that San Diego is throwing any pitcher out there is quite concerning if you're a San Diego person. I still think that they're the most overrated team. And they're only 2 games above 500. I could still see them finishing under 500 this year. If anything, it would be a lean towards Atlanta, but this line just seems very, very low for the game that we're getting. So I'm just going to stay off this fishy spot.
Yeah, for me, it's 4-5, a 3.43 ERA, 1.06 WHIP, and 81 in the third innings pitched, 88 strikeouts, and 23 walks. On the other side, Vince Velasquez 3-8, a 6.23 ERA, a 1.48 WHIP, and 86 and 2/3 innings pitched, 91 strikeouts, 46 walks. And looking at this spot here, absolutely, I'm not getting to this game at all. I think this game is actually priced correctly. I had this game priced around Atlanta -110, and in this spot here, I want to bring up a question. I'm passing on this game, but I wanted to bring up an interesting question here. Which of these teams were a bigger disappointment? What San Diego has done this year, what the Mets have done this year, or what we expected potentially Minnesota this year?
San Diego.
San Diego, I think, yes. Though, I mean, they were the most overhyped team. Slam Diego is probably not even going to finish above 500. I think they're an even 500 team, and I have a feeling that next year's San Diego Padres are going to look a lot like this year's Chicago Cubs, where Hosmer is going to be traded, and Darvish is going to be traded, and Musgrove is going to be traded, and all these different players are going to be traded because they're going to realize, we can't win with these guys. And, this is going to be a fire sale of feeling for the Padres next year. I have no hopes in them. I'm probably looking at next year. I'll probably look at their season win total under. Be completely honest with the Padres. So, I want nothing to do with this game. They're 22 games behind the Giants. We were expecting the Dodgers and the Padres to fight it out. The Giants are the ones they're fighting it out with. But, this is a spot where I want absolutely nothing to do with this.
Yeah, facts. Yesterday I almost hit with Miami under 9, Mets under 8, Giants under 12, Toronto under 8.5. Seattle messed me up. I got you. It happens. It happens. As long as you straight bet them, then you made money, though.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. 4 games left. Chicago White Sox at the Cleveland Indians in this one. We get Lance Lynn, Eli Morgan, your pitching matchup here. -185 for the White Sox, +170 for the Indians. Total 8.5 in this game. Lance Lynn 10-5 this season, a 2.43 ERA, 1.07 WHIP, 146 innings pitched, 166 strikeouts, and 44 walks. On the other side, Eli Morgan 3-7 this year, a 5.68 ERA, a 1.33 WHIP, and 77 2/3 innings pitched, 73 strikeouts, and 21 walks. Looking at this matchup here, I want absolutely nothing to do with Cleveland in this game. They've been eliminated. They've been struggling recently. And Eli Morgan is not particularly someone I want to back. He's looked pretty bad this year, and he's an easy layoff, especially going up against Lance Lynn. For me, this is absolutely White Sox or nothing in this spot. I just stayed off this game completely, though. I do have a couple plays on the later games tonight. I just don't have a play on this one.
Yeah, I don't have anything on this game either. I was on Chicago last night, which worked out nicely. They were able to win 1-0. It was more me fading Shane Bieber, who had a fantastic start back to his year, which is a little bit bonkers to think of. But no, this game is a pass for me. Last night we got Chicago at -114. Now it's a -185 with Lance Lynn on the mound. I'm not particularly interested in it. Chicago's they know where they're at. They're not going to go crazy this year. this rest of the year. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw Lance Lynn only go 4 to 5 innings today just to keep his arm fresh, but not to kill him. So passing on this game, not interested in it. And I will have, two more plays? 2 more plays on today's slate.
Sounds good. Sounds good. We'll move on here where we have the first team to 100 wins, the San Francisco Giants at the Colorado Rockies in this one, minus 135 for the Giants, plus 125 for the Rockies, total 11.5 in this game. Team total for San Francisco, 6.5 at plus 102. Anthony Desclafani, John Gray, your pitching matchup here. Are you looking to get involved in this one?
Yes, this one I have to play on. I got the under. Even though it is in Coors Field, it's gone from a 12 to an 11.5. I don't care. I do really like Antonio Desclafani. I like John Gray. I think it's going to be a good pitching matchup today. Colorado has been trending under lately. San Francisco a little bit trending over, but that was with games that were at 7.5 against San Diego where they're absolutely smashing. I think I had a total up as high as 11.5. I'm going to go under in this game and then go from there. I'd like the pitching matchup in this one.
Yeah, Anthony Desclafani looks really good. 12-7, 3.23 ERA, 1.09 WHIP, 158 and 2/3 innings pitched, 146 strikeouts and 41 walks. On the other side, John Gray, 8-11, a 4.17 ERA, a 1.33 WHIP, and 140 and 1/3 innings pitched, 145 strikeouts and 58 walks so far this season. And we're getting a San Francisco Giants team where I think this is a very reasonable price for them here. And I'm going first 5 and full game run lines on them here. You can get their first 5 run line at plus 108, full game run line at plus 105. The Giants, this is a Giants team that's going to have to keep blow for blow against the LA Dodgers, and the LA Dodgers are currently playing Arizona today. So that should tell you everything you need to know about that. The Giants are going to be a team I'm looking to back the rest of the season, and I think that today is no different. I like the Giants' first 5 and full game run lines both at small plus money.
I like it. I don't mind that. Whenever you can get plus money, that's always nice.
Yeah.
Go to the chat for a minute. What's your most confident pick today?
South Carolina.
There you go. Giants, Rockies, Nerfy. Don't mind it. I like the under. So whenever I like the under, I don't mind the Nerfy.
Yes.
That's always the case. If I have the under, I don't mind the Nerfy.
All right. Moving on. Second to last game of the day. Clayton Kershaw and the LA Dodgers are at the Arizona Diamondbacks in this one. Clayton Kershaw and the Dodgers minus 230 in this game, plus 210 run back here on the Diamondbacks. Total 8.5 in this game. Are you looking at getting this one?
Nope. My last play will be in the last game, but I guess it would be a lean towards Arizona, home big dogs against Clayton Kershaw, who's making his second start back from the disabled list. I don't expect Clayton Kershaw to go long. I expect him maybe 5 innings. Kind of the same deal as the Lance Lynn. I just don't expect him to pitch that much just because A, he's coming off the injured list, and B, I know the Dodgers are trying to catch the Giants, but it's against Arizona. They should be able to take care of business easily with their bullpen as well. So pass on this game, lean towards Arizona, ultimately just staying away from this one.
Yeah, looking at this game, I'm trying to get up any type of news on Clayton Kershaw. There we go. Looking at this game, Clayton Kershaw is 10-7 this year, 3.27 ERA, a 1.97 whip, or a 0.97 whip, 115 and 2/3 innings pitched, 140 strikeouts, 20 walks. On the other side, Zach Gallen, 2-10, a 4.53 ERA, a 1.32 whip, 109 and 1/3 innings pitched, 125 strikeouts, 45 walks. And I think Clayton Kershaw being out this year for a little bit is going to be probably one of the best things that happened this season for him. He's going to be nice, fresh, and ready to go for the playoffs. And plain and simple, they're going to need him. But one thing with the Dodgers I've noticed this year, they're going to need him, but not that much. He just needs to be a good, decent number 3 starter. I mean, behind Max Scherzer and Julio Urias, you get Clayton Kershaw, and that's a nice little trio there of starting pitchers. And they're going up against Zach Gallen, who has looked absolutely horrible 2-10 this season. And this is a spot where I'm laying a tiny bit of juice. Yes. Give me the Dodgers first 5 and full game run lines here. This is another spot where I'm going to look to back both the Dodgers and the Giants down the stretch as they look to fight out for that playoff spot. It's going to be a crazy race down to the end. It's going to be exciting to see both these teams probably win 105 plus games just for one to get bounced against the Cardinals in the wild card game. I think that's going to happen. I mean, go against Adam Wainwright or Jack Flaherty. It's going to be a good matchup there. But this is a spot where give me the Dodgers first 5 and full game run lines. They should absolutely smack Zach Gallen in this matchup. I know it's minus 145 for the full game run line. I think this is that's a fine price for them there. Minus 145 for the first 5 run line. I think that's fine as well. Give me the Dodgers in this spot.
I like it. We'll go to the last game of the slate.
Yes, the Seattle Mariners are at the LA Angels in this game. A minus 135 here for the Mariners, plus 125 for the Angels in the spot. Total 8.5 in this game. Tyler Anderson, Jose Barria, your pitching matchup. Anderson 2-1, a 3.38 ERA, a 1.16 WHIP, 56 innings pitched, 46 strikeouts, 10 walks. Barria 2-4, a 4.77 ERA, a 1.57 WHIP, 54 2/3 innings pitched, 35 strikeouts, and 19 walks. And looking at this matchup here, I personally just passed on this game. I just did not get involved in this one. I am aware that Seattle has won 6 straight games in a row. But I just didn't see enough value on this game here. I think that the line's a little wide for the Mariners. I understand it's against the Angels, but personally, I did not get to it. So plain and simple pass for me.
I got to it. I went Seattle. There's no doubt I'm going to be back in Seattle probably the rest of the year. They have 2 more games against the Angels, 3 games at home against Oakland, and then finishing off the year, 3 games at home against the Angels. Again, this Seattle Mariners team is still in the race. Keep this in mind. They are only 2 games back for a wild card spot. If Boston and Seattle both win tonight, you're getting a spot where Seattle is only 1 game back for a wild card spot. If Boston wins both of their games against New York the rest of the weekend and Seattle sweeps the Angels, you're getting Seattle, who could be possibly tied with the Yankees. This is a lot closer than people think. This standings, Boston's up 1 game. Yankees are Boston's up 1 game on Yankees. Yankees are in the second wild card spot. 2 games for Seattle, 2 games for Toronto. This is going to be a competitive one. Seattle's going to play hard. They're going to be winning. I say Seattle in their last 8 games, win at least 7 of them. Because by the time they get to Oakland, I'm going to say Oakland's eliminated. By the time, and then they get Angels again in the last weekend of the year. Yes, Seattle. I still like it to make the playoffs over the Yankees. So take that with a grain of salt, whatever you want to do with it. I like Seattle in this matchup, minus 135.
Sounds good. That's going to just about wrap it up for this. We're going to go over a little bit of housekeeping and a recap. If you guys want to hear any other college football games, let us know in the live chat. That's the only way we can know if you guys want any opinions on any games, because I do have plenty of games bet today, and I have projected lines for every single game. So if you guys want to know what I have projected for a certain game, just let me know in the live chat so we can go over those. Maybe that can help you out a little bit for your plays for today. But first, a little housekeeping and then a recap.
Of course, always some housekeeping. If you guys are new to the channel, like, comment, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff. We appreciate all the support. Check out all the links in the description between our Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, Picks and Parleys, and Premium Plays. Speaking of Picks and Parleys, Craig did a show earlier. Me and Nick do our show at 10 or 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in each day. So make sure you guys have your subscribed and notification bells on for our streams every day. Higgs will be live at 12, Allie at 1:30. No game time decision today because it is Saturday. Me and Nick will be going to the ECU game.
Yes, but at 3 o'clock today will be start sit with Lenny and
yes.
Amir Singh. I think that's his name.
Kabir
Singh. Yeah, there it is.
the AGT guy.
Yeah, the AGT guy.
Yep.
And Lenny will have their college football or their fantasy football show at 3:00 today.
Get it? So just stay tuned for all that good stuff. But that's the complete schedule. College football, yes. We have our college football plays scrolling across the bottom. We gave out 5 of them today with Louisville, Baylor +7, Auburn -27.5, South Carolina +5, and Colorado +14. Notre Dame versus Wisconsin, maybe 6.5. I think Wisconsin will. We're on Wisconsin as well.
I didn't bet it, but I like Wisconsin in this game. I have Wisconsin -8. Oh, it's back down to a 6. Ooh, they're really tempting me here. I like Wisconsin in this game. I think stylistically it's a good matchup. Power rankingly, it's a good matchup as well. With you getting a nice little value at 6, where it's past the 7. So it would be Wisconsin this game or nothing.
Yeah, I don't mind that. But yeah, that's it. Let's go ahead and do the recap and then head on out for today. Baseball plays. I like the Boston Red Sox today. I like the under in the Tampa Bay Rays game. Washington +130. San Francisco in Colorado under. And Seattle -135 today. Once again, our college football plays. Louisville, Baylor, Auburn, South Carolina, and Colorado.
Yeah, for me, I'm looking at St. Louis's team total over 5.5. I like the Rays' first 5 run line, first 5 under between Detroit and Kansas City, first 5 in full game run line for the Giants, first 5 in full game run line for the Dodgers.
Sounds good. That should wrap it up for the stream for today. Nick, go ahead and finish it on out.
Yeah, we want to thank you guys as always for watching. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Turn on those post notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we are live here on ESB, which is every single morning, 10 or 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Earle Sports Bet Show. But that's going to just about wrap it up for this one-on-one. Thank you guys as always for watching. My name is Nicholas Earle. I was joined here by my brother Tim. This has been another edition of the Earle Sports Bet Show. Thank you guys and good luck.